Hello, this video is to show how to create an assignment with a rubric using Microsoft Teams. Okay, so in the Assignments tab in whatever your team is, you will go to Create and go to Assignment. Okay, I'm just going to put Test as this so my students know to ignore it. You can enter instructions of what the students need to do, and adding resources means that they get their own document to edit. So you can add whatever resources you want, but if you want them to type something on a Word document, you can put in that Word document there, and I'm also just going to put test. If you had done it from OneDrive, let's say there was an assessment that you wanted them to do or some worksheets that you wanted them to type on, you could do that directly and pull in that assignment there. Okay, I'm just going to click attach. Okay, now the interesting thing here is that you can add a rubric. Okay, and I'm just going to create a new rubric. Any that you've made for other classes will then be listed here, so you can share them amongst classes once you have made them. Alright, so a new rubric here, I'm just going to say test. It might be that you want them to have written a title. Okay, and so you might have excellent, good, fair or poor. If you only want to have 3 categories, you could delete the category from over here. Alright, you can change this. This could be 6 to 8 points. This could be, I don't know, 5 to 7 points. It's kind of up to you how you want to set this up. You could definitely use this for the criterion for MYP sciences. Alright, so you could have this to be used to mark any assignments that they're doing for assessment purposes. Something that I'll show you on the assignment that my students did was we did one about plotting graphs. So we have things about having a title and a heading. If you want another criteria, you would just press add and have another criteria as well. Okay, and then underneath where my face is, there's a button that says attach, and then it attaches that rubric onto your assignment. Okay, I'm just going to discard this one and I will show you one that I made already. So this was for grade 9, the gravity and orbits assignment. Okay, and so what they see is this. There were 2 documents that they had to work on. One was an Excel spreadsheet that they all got their own copy of, and one was a Word document, and this was their rubric. So I just created this. Okay, and the first criteria was tables have clear headings and units where applicable. 3 points complete, 2 points mostly complete, and 1 point was incomplete. Correct type of graph, graphs have a descriptive title, they have headings and units, and then in the Word document I wanted them to write a concluding paragraph. For here, for this one, rather than just writing complete, I was a little bit more descriptive and I took that description from the MYP criteria. Okay, so they're used to that kind of wording. All right, all of this together ends up as a percentage out of 100 points. So each one of these is weighted 20%. You can play around with things like that if you really want to as well. Let me just show you what that looks like when you come to mark it. So I think one of my students has submitted this already. Okay, so that was his Word document and then his Excel document. So I would have a look at these. I can annotate them if I want to. I could probably make comments on them, but the easiest thing to do would be just to open up the rubric. Okay, and then this is the first bit about tables. Tables have clear headings and units where applicable. So I would go through, and this table is absolutely fine. And I'd look at this one. There's no units really if it's lounge. I just told them to come up with something to measure. So he's counted the number of chairs in different rooms. For plants, there's headings and units there. For the orbits, headings and units. Oh, I think that should say time in days. So I'm going to say mostly complete and give him 2 points for that. Okay. Then I'll go down to the next one, to correct type of graph. Well, I could see that they were all correct, so I'll click 3 points. Okay, graphs have a descriptive title, and again I would go through and check that all of the work matches what I've put into the rubric, and then once I've clicked, it's all done, and then he's got feedback. I think there's room to put some more feedback in as well, but because the rubric was set up in advance, it means that they get feedback straight away, making our lives easier, which is everything that we want. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. I hope that's clear.